Hello again. This week we have focused greatly upon the various aspects of intellectual property. In the last post, you learned of the top 3 common IP mistakes. So in this post, we shall learn of some valuable measures to pursue that will allow you to altogether avoid making the most common IP mistakes that were discussed in the previous post. Let's begin exploring these tools. Approaching mistake number 1. The first mistake that we discussed was that of failing to thoroughly conduct background research upon your idea with respect to prior art. It is very important to thoroughly research existing IPs to ensure that your company does not infringe on anyone else's copyrights, trademarks, and patents. This will also allow you to clearly understand what ideas can be legally claimed as yours and therefore able to be protected. By identifying what your company owns and what is owned by another, you can not only distinguish what rightfully belongs to you, but also assess a more accurate value of your business plan. By actively seeking advice from an IP expert, you can thoroughly research the field before you even launch your plan. If you have any brands, slogans, unique products and services, marketing material, proprietary software, a website, etc., then you have got a valuable IP at hand. Although it may become an additional cost, it is a relatively small investment to know that the idea that has founded the course of your business actually belongs to you. Approaching mistake number 2. The second mistake that we discussed was that of failing to understand the means to protect one's current and potential intangible assets. Using the wrong protection of your rights may enable one to utilize your product without any consent. This can result in a severe loss of money and image. Furthermore, without employment agreements and supplier contracts with the right IP clauses, you may not even own the IP that you have paid for, and so you should take a reasonable and precautious approach. What property form does your idea fall into? What is the best approach? Number 1. In general, trademarks should be used to protect logos, brand names, slogans, and other ideas related to your branding strategy. Number 2, on the other hand, copyrights should be used to protect original works from being reproduced and distributed throughout the industry or market without your approval. Number 3, patents provide you with the property rights on your idea or product. This means that a patented innovation definitely cannot be used by anyone else, especially without the risk of some form of settlement or lawsuit. This is how the process of litigation or pre-approval takes rise. It can also allow you to form strong partnerships and monetary dealings with those you desire to utilize the product with in your patent. Number 4, lastly, trade secrets are for intangible assets such as inventions and other confidential information. This information would greatly be very valuable to your competitors, and thus it should be protected with the utmost secrecy. Trade secrets do not require any formal filing. If it's worth creating, it's definitely worth protecting. However, an IP protection doesn't necessarily have to be very expensive. It can, in fact, be far cheaper than you'd think, or even free. Rather than guessing which form of intellectual property best suits your interests, you should talk to a professional who can clear any doubts and help you avoid making any irrevocable mistakes. Approaching mistake number 3. The third mistake that we discussed was that of failing to establish a long-term strategy to approach the rights, concerns, and violations surrounding one's intellectual property. Having legal resources readily available at hand is greatly valuable to developing businesses. Even the smallest of problems can be encountered and solved beforehand prior to unnecessary escalation or of intensity. Many businesses keep either an in-house full-time IP specialist or utilize the services of a law firm that specializes in intellectual property. By doing so, you will avoid costly mistakes and protect all of your innovations. In the long run, the right protection strategy will boost the value of your business because you will legally own all of your ideas, including your newest ones and future ones. This protection strategy is also something investors look for when determining whether or not to risk spending money on your business. Most importantly, the right strategy will prevent other businesses from copying your brand. Using my research online, I have now elaborated upon several steps that you should take to avoid the 3 main IP mistakes. Remember, you should never go blindly into the IP world without considering to take these approaches. Through this post, you have now acquired key strategies and steps that you may consider and adapt in order to avoid problematic mistakes as an aspiring entrepreneur and businessman. As you progress in your journey, keep in mind that these steps will serve you well and in your best interests over the long run. Thank you, and talk to you next time.